Hello, everybody. I always start early, as everybody knows. I just went in and checked on Alani, and she's still awake. Barely, but she's still awake. So I'll check on her in a few. Waiting for the notice to come up on my iPad. There it comes up. I was trying to do it the shortest, quickest way. Hi, Terry. Hi, Terry. Oh, I always forget to turn one of them down. Hi, Laura. Are y'all all everything wrapped up so in case the Helen hits? Okay. Yeah. On the wall is the jelly roll. And this one's jelly roll sizzle. Hi, Lisa. That was the jelly roll one that we did, Rhonda. I was trying to find how to get a hold of you, but never did. Hi, Linda Denton. Couldn't get it figured out. Because 7 of us got together and quilted. Worried about the West Coast? What's the West Coast? Hi, Gladys. But this one is as big as it's going to get. These jelly rolls, I had one. There was 2 different ladies, but they were similar in colors. So I just blended the 2 together. Of the west coast of Florida, like over where Susan Munger is. But Florida's not a long distance across from coast to coast, so yes. But that's the jelly roll one I did. I worked on it Saturday and then yesterday. I was too busy Sunday to do anything else. Hi, Kathy. But that's what we did that's what Marla and I did for the jelly roll race. Or not jelly roll race, jelly roll day. And nobody else has sent me a picture. So Susan Munger probably won't be on today. We wish her all well. Anybody that's near the hurricane coming in, we would love to have everything just toned down and be safe. I still have nothing to show you. It's okay, Terry. It was fun just visiting. And it's like I was trying to remember the name of the pattern. Yeah. Yes, you did do something. But I'm going to take that one off the wall. But it's like Terry has seen this one. Gotta make sure I got it the right way. But she is officially quilted. She is quilted. I'm looking through the back holes. And she has the binding on ready to sew down. But it's like, hi, Melody. But yeah, Alani goes, she's done. She's done. And You can even see the quilting, of course, on the back if I was up close. So that's my handwork coming up. I'm trying to get the last border on this project here. I actually have a quilt sold. So it's like Jelly Roll Race can move over a half board. Or Jelly Roll Day. I don't know why I call it race. Because it's not a race. It's just a group of 7 of us and enjoying the day together. That's what I call it. Okay, there was a message come through. This must be the one Cheryl did for the Jelly Roll Race. Because it looks like all 2.5-inch strips. You're still adding the borders. Okay, here's the one Cheryl's working on. Try to show as many as I can. Hi, Della. See how long Alani stays. She doesn't have a fever. She just feels a little warm. But I took her temp. It's not there. Or she took her temp. I have a thermometer for kids. Thank you. She's been a long time coming. But she's getting there. I'm grabbing the fabric behind me. The normal is like not all set up today. Yeah. Alani has a double ear infection. And Alan and Grandma, daughter-in-law, they're throwing up. That's why we're keeping Alani out of one more day of school. She missed school yesterday because they was all sick. Because I say you don't get well overnight. That's my thing. It just doesn't clear up overnight. And she's been up since 4 this morning, so she would have probably crashed at school. Especially if she's crashing now, because I didn't put her in there. She put herself in there. But I got the other material I needed for the Sparklers quilt. I needed just this light blue right here. It didn't come with the kit. I had to order it. So that came in. But I can make the other pinwheels. And the other stripes. I think I have. There's more here anyway. Hi, Katie. And how's Katie today? Let's say. Because these 2 pieces definitely aren't enough. You're just peachy. I like going out and seeing the scenes up where you're at. All the landscaping, because I know I will never get there. I know for a fact I will never get up to Greenland. I'm not even going to make it up to Alaska where my granddaughter is. Too many planes to hop, skip, and jump on to get there. Okay. That's how I'm going to get educated. I guarantee you. Is through videos like that. I went over and watched some of the ones where my granddaughter is up there in Alaska. See, I already forgot the name of the town. I do that every time. I have to go to Google search and then it pops up. But she's on the Yukon River. Takes several planes to get where you're going. But she's enjoying it. Hi, Marla. Are you out at the quilt shop, Marla? She better be a shop hopping. Wonder if it helps if I have power. Marla's got a few. No, Homo had to get. Okay. So you didn't get the no shops again today? Yeah. As I'm just about to go out to the get Alani, all that stuff, I get this phone call from Alicia saying, avoid mom. And I thought, what? Just two? Hi, Lisa. But it's like, she says, avoid mom. I says, why? Is she in a bad mood? She says, no, she's throwing up and I don't want you to get sick. And that's exactly what she was doing when I went in there, too. But Alan, he woke up and threw up all over. So he was getting a bath and showers at 4 this morning. So Alani's been up since 4 this morning. You know that's not going to last very long on a 4-year-old. Now I have the foot pet. I Roadkill Gaming. And thanks for signing up. Hello, June Hanson. Like, which stitch length am I at? It's always a guess. And you know Alani's not feeling good when it took her 2 different sittings to eat her maple bar. Then she wanted pizza, and she didn't even eat half of the pizza that I give her. And it was only a fourth of a 15-inch pizza. I'm doing the triangles, the half square triangles on the paper. It's a good thing on a featherweight because I don't have that 1/4-inch foot. Getting all the things turned so I can sew. Hi, Mary Webb. Everybody's saying their hellos. It's always a good thing. But I did tell that we had a great jelly roll day. June, her pattern got changed partway through. Kylie got hers done, except for sashings and whatnot. I can never read the street signs. Hi, Sharon. Guess I missed Sharon's name up there. Yes, she did say hi. I'm missing the intersections of the road here. And then rolling this paper to where the pins don't go into my hand. But there was leftover bits and pieces from doing that jelly roll one. So on mine, I put 2 strips side by side, kept all the way across the top. And then from the cutting of the other pieces, we have all sorts of these left over. All these half square triangles. And I didn't make the smallest jelly roll sizzle. I didn't make the next to the smallest. I'm between the sizes. There was a crib, lap, twin, and queen. I just used all the strips I had, any of the spare fabric. But this is what I did with the leftover. And then this is the material I have left. I have a little bit of the background left. But we had fun sewing. I forget how many hours we was on. And it was early morning for me. We started at 8 my time, 10 for June, and 11 for the rest. Yeah, that's fine, Lisa. It's like I catch them in my wee hours. Because you definitely come on too early for me. For some reason, we need sleep every now and then. But the Floridians, I guess we would call them, are preparing for Hurricane Helen. Just everybody stay safe. I'll watch the weather after a bit and see how that goes. We all try to be tough, Katie, on no matter what our weather brings us. See, I get dust storms here. And it's like they have taken off part of our roof. They're like almost like a tornado, but a little bit lighter weight. Still do damage. It took our porch roof off, flipped it over upside down, and put it back on the roof. But our roofing and the 4x4 posts that held that roof was everywhere. Well, that went around the circle and went to nowhere. So I guess I'll jump over to the next arrow. And then it says turn around, go the other way. Okay, school closures. Maybe I'll have to look up a weather in someplace. Yeah. So Katie's keeping up on it because of her daughter, evidently. Lake City is in the path of the hurricane. Should it continue on the path they're estimating? Okay. Evidently, somebody fell asleep because she should have been calling me by now. Natural disasters shake me. Yes. It's like we don't know the people, but I'm still concerned for them. Because I don't want any disaster. Back in 1980, I never even listened to the news whatsoever. Hi, Kenneth. When Mount St. Helens blew, we was up at a barbecue wondering why the sky was getting yucky. So we're eating a burger that's being coated with ash. And didn't even realize it because it was so fine in Spokane. But then we had to drive home about 50 miles, I think it was. So is anybody else working on any projects? Even years after the disaster, it's still little things haunt a person. I am putting borders on my daughter's quilt, the mini petals. Oh, you got it today. Good. I'm still testing Andre's pattern with the modern tumbler blocks. Working on section 6. Yeah. And June's still working on her jelly roll. Hers is red, white, and blue. Which is taking progress. It's progressing. Now I just have to figure out what I'm going to put for backing on mine. But I have those pinwheels that I could put across some border. I just wish I had. This is where you wish you had great abundance of all backings. Ooh, did I make it all the way around? Sewed, double highway, double highway. Oh, I made it. Now the fun part, the cutting up the pieces. Hi, Lorraine. It's like Lorraine's attending. I showed two quilts I have in progress. Well, Ella's been in progress. Ella is now. I'll put this back up. Because I don't need this over here yet. I'm just making pieces. On Jelly Roll Day, this is the one I made. I had two short jelly rolls. And this is what I come up with mine. And then I added up top this little border of the pieces left over and on the bottom to give it more length. It's going to be a nice size lap quilt. And then I found a quilter that would do Ella the way I couldn't do. And then Ella is quilted. I now have the binding ready to do the final everything. But Ella she traveled to Spa Day in Nebraska. So she had a fun trip, as we could say. It's just another state under her belt. Gotta get a ruler down. Yeah, that's two different jelly rolls in the strips, but they work together. And that's the main thing. They work together. So now that I got all this sewed around the tracks, now I got to do the cutting apart. Hi, Rita. What you doing? It's like, that's not big enough for anything. I know I've been lurking over on Rita's. I haven't attended on Rita's, but I've been lurking on Rita's. I'll say hi and out the door I go. Trying to get everything I can done. Trying to finish quilts. Trying to do this, trying to do that. Help Austin get ready for his winter. Hi, Sarah. It's like everybody popping in. But yeah, this is the Jelly Roll Day one I did. Marla did the same one as I did. Terry visited with us. She was great company. I have a fabric customer coming after their work. So I got to go in a few minutes. Okay. That is fine, Rita. Gotta let those customers in. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, if you have to sell by appointment, you sell by appointment. That's what you have to do. But my fabric stash keeps going down. That's the main thing. That's the direction I want it to go. Down. But I tried whatever way I could. I should have just said, Rita, do you know, send Rhonda the links. Because she would have had fun over visiting with us and sewing. Yeah. Now that your Bargello's just about over, Rita, what's next? What's next? Oh, I wouldn't. You gotta feed that dish for that cutie. Rita's Roost. I love watching you gals on Wednesday. It's like, Rita, did you? Yeah, I don't know what she's got left to do because we don't have the book, so we can't say how if it's done or not. We'll find out tomorrow. It's like the seven of us when we got together. It was fun just sewing with seven of us. Putting you on. Oh, we're going on the big screen. Well, I don't have no mud on my face. I did wash that off. Oh, you think she's going to have it on the long arm tomorrow? She's working on her borders. We'll just wait and see how it all turns out. Hi, Carrie. No, you got. I don't need on a big screen. I'm already there. Like I said, pretty sure Alani's passed out. She wouldn't have made school very long. She'd take that nap and she would have been gone. Getting up at 4 this morning. Kind of a rude way of waking with your little brother getting sick. Oh, Sarah's got us up there too? Oh no. Or us, me. It's like, I guess I could turn this back down a little. Where you can see partially. Just cutting all these pieces of paper and then I got to pull the paper off. Her mom was going to come home early today and then make up the other half day on Friday. I told her, no, you're not. You're staying at work. Because I want you to not have the extra gas. And I don't want to go back out and babysit on Friday because I'm going to go get my glasses. They've been waiting for me up there since the 12th. But in between babysitting in Austin, and then the day I have nothing to do, they're closed. So no matter what, I'm going up Friday. Go up and see 3 more great grandkids, buy lunch for them, and then visit with them for a while and go grab a few of the groceries I need. I hate grocery shopping, but there's some stuff that my local store does not get. So I need to go pick up that stuff. I don't remember what day Melinda's coming over because I could tell her to go get that dry stuff I need at her Walmart in her area. Now all the papers. All the papers have to come off. Oh, probably should wake up my iron. Put my garbage can where I can reach it a little better. So I don't put everything on the floor. Alani's in the bedroom asleep, June. When she woke up this morning and her mom's throwing up, and then at 4 o'clock, Alan threw up everywhere. She got up, she showered, cleaned her and him up because she got it. And so she just got up and ran Alan down as soon as she could and then back up. Because he'd already been at that house sick over the weekend. So she figured, try to keep me from getting sick. I received all my flannel from Soya today, getting ready for a cold winter with warm quilts. That's always nice. I was going to make another small flannel rag one. I have some scraps of flannel. Yeah, I bet you can't wait to get that machine up and going. But you got the baby quilt done. Now you're working on finishing your daughter's. But done is always a good thing. All I can do is hope the family gets better and I don't get it. I get it. I'm not going to be happy. It's like we're all babies when it comes to throwing up. It's not my idea of fun. Might have been if it was from drinking. Can't remember that many years ago. I only had one child when that happened. That was my first ever and my only one. The other one was just a headache. I have this daughter's quilt and then the one from Cotton. Oh, yeah, you do. Oh, no one told me the baby was on the way, so they don't know. Okay. Was they keeping it a secret? Oh, and then finish. You can stall on that one because he's already here. That it's like that blue one with the star that I made out of the scraps. I was trying to remember who just had a baby boy. And when the neighbors was returning the stuff from the memorial, all the crock pots and stuff, she had just become a great grandma for the first time. And it was a little boy. So I gifted that quilt to her. And then she goes, I should have brought my Liam over to see you. It's like, we always forget. It's the little things. She'll probably be back another time. I don't think she lives that far away. No, she doesn't. About 104 miles. It's just I don't think she drives. This is the fun part of the quilt. Playing with paper. Alani's already been in here. Had to have her paper, her scissors, her water with ice. Your air sewing? I try not to do that, but I do it quite frequently. Because, like on this one, I'm not used to that bobbin being not seen. Because all the other machines I have, I can see the bobbin. And what the heck am I folding the fabric for? I love blessings. People with quilts. I don't take money for anything, not my YouTube tutorials. Uncle Sam would just take it off. Yeah. It's like, if I ever make it to being monetized, I'm not going there. Okay, June. Oh no, Terry, I hope it wasn't real long. I bought another panel like the first baby quilt I made, so that shouldn't be too hard. But like I said, they don't know what's coming. And YouTube sent me a message saying that I had 522 views less than 24 hours. Did I want to sign up? No, thank you. Yeah, I know I had one with that made the 1,000 views, and it's like, wow, that's kind of cool. Yeah, it's finding that one thing that everybody wants to see. And I'm not going to go back and do the slip in the mud again. That would probably get people, yeah. But I'm not going to go back and do it. That was bad enough the first time. That was what's that, Friday? I think it was. Was watering all around my backyard, trying to get Bailey to quit digging. Grabbed the sprinkler to move it to the next spot. Slipped. Face first. Covered in mud. I called June. She was laughing. Well, I'm laughing too because I was covered in mud. And I just kept staying covered in mud. Little mud hasn't hurt anybody. But my knee's still paying for it, but that's the way it goes. Okay. Yeah. June couldn't believe I stayed muddy. I'd just get dirty some other way. But that's how life is. You take the bumps, the bruises, the happy, the sad. Life goes on. Just like we make a mistake in our quilting, we just grab Jack and take it apart. Don't want to do it too. Thanks, Sarah. That's what everybody says. But it's like seems like I have to trip and fall or slip and slide once a year. But my worst one was the sidewalk down at the grocery store. It's just a little bit rougher than my skin. But that's what happens when a Bailey hole filled in gets filled with water. It's kind of soggy and slippery, and that's what happened. Slipped, and there was no stopping. Bet my glasses again. They're a little cockeyed still. But I can't fix them too much more. They've been on the ground all 4 of the falls. So far my glasses have been pretty tough. But yeah, Ella wasn't supposed to be here till Monday, and she surprised us by being here on Saturday. So all the gals, we got to see Ella up front, out, and early. And then he forgot to scan it, so it kept telling me that Ella was out for delivery. So yesterday I caught him and says, please scan this, so I get rid of that. It's like that one is not foundation paper piecing. What I'm doing right now is just the triangles. There's nothing up there that's been foundation paper piece. That's just a free pattern. Jelly roll sizzle. And then I figured out how many blocks I was getting. And then figured out the placement. So I have two complete, it's like two pinwheels, 1, 2, 1, 2. Wanted to get the most pinwheels for my buck. Or my time. It's just called Jelly Roll Sizzle. But making a crib one, to me, wasn't worth my time. It was 18 strips with the fabric. Next one was 32. I think the next was the twin that Marla did. It was 70 some. Trying to remember where I even put the I put the pattern back in the book because I was done. And it does go by pretty fast because it's just 2.5-inch strips and 4.5-inch squares. That's the thing. It's very simple. Okay, now the fun part, squaring those up. I sit the ruler down, and then it's like where I sit it down. There it is. Hi, Dorlin. Oh, no. Mike took a crash on his bike. Was anybody else or just Mike? But that's not no way to end a trip. Says these are supposed to be 3.5. Looks like just the dog ears. So I can just use my scissors for all the dog ears. It's like, you should have said, see, we should have stayed home so I could have sewed on Jelly Roll Day. Then you wouldn't be injured. It's like, that brings back memories. Last time I had the four-wheeler crash. I'd say speedy recovery. But those older bones don't like recovering fast. The older we get, the worse it is. I know. I sent my family picture of my muddiness, and they asked me if I was okay. And if I thought I broke anything, I says I'd never know because I'm not going to the doctor. It's just not me. Ouch. Was that his last run for the year? Or was he going to try another? Or did they have another scheduled? Because you guys live down there where you could travel to better weather. By the time I get done with all these little triangles, it's like I always go, why do they call them dog ears? It's like I haven't seen Darlene on here today yet. I wonder what our next adventure in quilting is. We did the All Roads one as our group. And then we joined for the Jelly Roll. On Thursday, we should be able to get at least the top of the Onyx in Autumn done. Like my charger quit charging. Says it might not be supported after it's been plugged in for how long? And how many times it's been. Laura Lynn, it's like accidents happen. There must have been something saying, well, and he isn't going to get to shovel the snow. Or is he going to be the bullheaded one and do it anyway? Do you get snow in your area, I should say? Just because you live in Colorado doesn't mean it's all snow. Did you take projects to work on? You probably overpacked. And more time to unpack. Boy, I'm having a hard time pressing this one today. Oh, I remember what we're supposed to be doing next. Press flowers. Okay, that's all those pieces. Take all these little triangles. Dog bed filler. That's like, I knew I had some of these sitting here. So I want to do these opposite. Because there's two ways you can get your triangle. You can this way or where the white is, reverse them. And I'm reversing because I did that on the first time. I want that way. Okay, I need to get off and go make dinner. Start cutting out my next block. Okay. Thanks for coming over, Sarah. We all have things we got to get done. I was just glad Alani slept so I didn't have hear Gigi Ma all the time. I love hearing it, but it's just the way I'm getting used to her being in school. Okay. Okay, I don't want that one. Which one do I want? That's the same. These have some directions in them. There's the one I want. It's like some of the stripes go one way and some of the stripes go the other way. And I'm being fussy. That's me being the fussy one. Like, nope. This one doesn't want to go. That 3, 3, 3. Okay. This should work out to me. Should work out. Yeah, once I learn how to read directions here. You just got to keep moving your puzzle around. So I have them all here. Stacks of 4. That way they all come out the same. And they still nest. Start putting the thread down first. I don't know how the pedal gets switched around. I must kick it. Chainsaw them all in groups, the top 4. That way when I turn around to go sew the next one, it's like I just have to grab it. Groups of 2. Like that one there. Fold it over. I'll just finger press it to get it back the other way. It's like, go back over the other way. Make sure that they're opposite each other. Takes off the bulk. Don't want that bulk in there if you can avoid it. Just keep grabbing groups of 2. Because they're stacked on top of each other, so they should sew back together just fine. When I have multiple pinwheels, that's what I do. Then you know you have the placement right. And these 4 are backwards from the other 4 because I did that with the other blues. It probably won't stay on here. Ridiculous. Go sit and do some hand sewing. I don't know if anybody's picking her up early. I don't know if my son got sick too. It's like everybody was gone when I got there. So now they're chain stitched, so groups of 2 is how I do it. That way I have the correct ones. And then when I open them up, I press them to where this white goes into this dark. You can finger press, which works just as well. Or you can really press. So that's that one. Set it up there. Get the ones that are on the table done. Then when these get sewed, I'll take this one off and sew it. This one's not quite a match up there, but I'm not worried. I used to be really bad at making sure everything was exact, perfect. It's like not anymore. When you quilt them and wash them, they shrink, and then you never see some of those little. Now, if you're going for quilt show quality, it's like push for those all to be perfect. But if anybody wants to take time to look at those little tiny details, they can do it. Your hips have been pretty rough too. Yeah. It's like it's all nested in the middle. Get out there, put the needle in the down, reposition, and go again. I can hear the cartoon that was playing. Alani was watching TV. So the same thing that's playing now, I think, is playing it on the bedroom TV while she's sound asleep. They sleep because they're healing and getting better. Okay. So that's all finger pressed. Set that middle, because if you set it, it won't slide whatsoever. See, this one is way off compared to... Yeah, and it's cut right to the thing. Sewed right to the... So how can it... I can't fix it. Might end up... Might have to take these down, make them a little smaller. I don't know. I'll get to that when I get to it. I'd rather have a bigger triangle and then trim them down. Half square triangle. You're squaring up the top? Okay. I was amazed that on Ella, her before measurement was 55 inches. Her after measurement is 53 inches. And she is not quilted dense. I'd hate to see how much they shrink with dense quilting. There's a train. I'm surprised I can hear it over the TV, but it's like, that's just me. I say it's loud, but Alani says it's not. Now a whole lot of pressing going on. Gotta open these all up, see what's going on. None of them are sewed together because it's a simple fact that I have no idea what's gonna work with the measurements. Turn her so I don't smack it. Getting iron warmed up again. And then I always finger press. Okay, Melody. Enjoy. I don't know what I'm having yet. Depends on how tired I am after what I do. I didn't get anything out. Didn't plan that far ahead. Because when I was going out, I thought I was just putting Alani on the bus. So get these pressed. Bye, Kathy. Keep trying your cast on. Keep trying. You just put it on, take it off, put it on, take it off till you get it mastered. That's what I did growing up. Yeah. Practice makes it better. Doesn't always make it perfect. It just makes it more at ease and better. So now I'll see what this ruler says. Because this is 6.5 by 12.5. It's still a 6.5. Where's my 1 corner? I said I'll just improvise. It ends up being a little bit narrower. It ends up a little bit narrower. What can I do? Okay. Do the checklist. What's next? There's the checklist. I have enough. I could put them some together. This is a 2.5. The letter F. It says 2.25 with the fabric. Yep. You sew them together and then subcut to 45.5. So sew 3 together. Where does F go? It's background and border. Okay. Don't need background and border right now. Strips B and E. Make 3 from each back quarter. So I have a bunch of these to finish sewing together. So there's 2 and 1. 2 and 1. 2 and 1. So I have these strip sets here to still sew together. So a whole bunch of chain stitching. That's the white side. And that's the good side and the bad side. Oh, get the thread Needle going down so the thread don't walk back up. This is the long part. I could have finished this as jelly roll because it's strips. They're just not a jelly roll. This was all done with fat quarter. Also, one strip set together. And then I'm going to call it a day. I'll get the other red one on the back side. Or just sew another one. I just don't want to be the one sewing and nobody getting anywhere. It's like I have to have 3. All these have to have. They already lost more. Oh, it's on my lap. Like this one now gets sewed on to the other side here. And I'll show you how I normally do it. I just flip this around because it's long enough. So I can still do that chain stitching. Then you take your scissors up. Because it doesn't have to be open right this minute. Pressed open. Let's see who sent a message. Oh, Cheryl. Did she get her borders on? She did. Here's Cheryl's borders. Good job, Cheryl. It turned out beautiful. And what was that one called, Cheryl? You can write that in the comments there. In case anybody wants the pattern. Because we can write patterns. It's like, gotta send a message to Courtney. Yep, that's fine, Courtney. It's like, I'm just going to sew this one together anyway. But I would love Cheryl to write the name of that pattern down. It kind of reminds me, it's a hexy look. But it's the symbols. Heck, earlier I took the garbage out and put my hand in my pocket. You had a long shift yesterday from midnight to 8? What did you have such a long shift for, Courtney? I'll find out afterwards. Oh, that's why you had a long drive. Throws everything off. I don't have a pattern, just saw a picture on Facebook and did it. Okay. And cut with your 60-degree line ruler to make your triangles and then re-sew together into the hex. Okay, sounds simple. And if anybody asks about it, we know how to. But that's how I do a lot of quilts. I just see a picture of it and figure it out. Saves me paper. Did they have a name on it or not? I know a lot of those, they have like a link, but then the link doesn't work. And that's the worst part. It's like the link don't work. So how are we supposed to get anywhere? Sometimes it takes a year or two to find the link for something. Trying to figure out how I'm pressing this. But it's like I said, I'm going to cut it off early. I'll be back on Thursday. Thursday we'll go back to the onyx in autumn. And then you can see if there's anything else new on my wall. Who knows? I'm hoping not to, because I've got some quilts set out, putting borders on. Got to get them done. So I'm trying not to jump to another project. Excuse me. I was gifted half a brown tone jelly roll and added the golden green and tan tonals from my stash. And 20 hexagons. That works. It's like that up there. I won those in a thing. Yeah, we gotta hope everybody gets better out there, because I don't want to get sick. But I'll give her a little kiss on the cheek from you, Terry. Because it's like right now, she's so peaceful sleeping. I love watching them when they're sleeping like that. But I'll see you guys on Thursday. And we'll finish on. I can grab it. Onyx. We got his head. He needs his body. So I'll try to get working on getting those pieces done. I wanted to do the jelly roll day, plus I needed another man quilt for Christmas. Oh, that works out good. This one here still has too many flowers for a man quilt, but I have some fabric that's a lot of leaves and then a marble. But we'll see you guys all on Thursday. If we don't see you someplace else, it depends on how busy I am doing other stuff. Bye, everybody.